Welcome to the presentation of MusicInteract for Mac. I'm going to begin by demonstrating some of the features that are present here. One of the things that we have to address is the MIDI connectivity. The product is currently hooked up to a Clavinova, and here I have it set up so you could see that the MIDI destination is working. So I'm going to go ahead and send this down. In the meantime, we're going to select the devices on the MIDI configuration. We're going to go ahead and log in, and I have a user account already created. If no user account is created, you can click on Register New Account, and a web page will be brought up where all the instructions will be provided for a new creation of account. I'm going to go ahead and log in. I'm going to follow what the wizard is asking since this is a new fresh start. I'm going to go ahead and click on the directory. It's instructing to follow the path where Fur Elise is, and then if we click upon that, we could hear the demonstration of the music. So I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit of that. Now, as it's loading. Good. Now that we've heard it, let's say we want to buy it. Here it says it costs 50 music bucks, and as you can see up here, I have 50 music bucks that are provided, and every user who obtains a copy of this will be able to get a copy of the Fur Elise. So we're going to go ahead and say OK. Fur Elise is loaded, and then it says go ahead and click the start button, at which point we'll be able to play, and then this basically continues. If I play a mistake, of course it'll show that I played wrong note, and it goes on. And I'm going to stop here for a moment. Now, some of the features that are present for the user is the ability to be able to press on keys and to be able to show the letter names. So the user should be able to see that if they don't know what a particular pitch is. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and we're going to take a look at an example where we could purchase some music bucks. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the directory, and we're going to click on the little plus sign, and I'm going to request for 1,000 music bucks. So we're going to go ahead and get that. Let me bring up the keyboard, and I'm going to go ahead and type in my password. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, click buy, and the purchase is successful. And if I open up the directory, I have 1,000 music bucks where I could spend to my liking. I'm going to go ahead and click a new piece. We're going to go ahead and try the Blu-ray, and as you can see here, I could basically move around, and of course we could highlight basically each one. Now, I understand there was a bug issue that was addressed, and I'm thinking that it may have something to do with the coordinate system specific to the environment that I have or that a person may have. But in any case, this is what we have. It's working fine. On my system. I could do a demo of the Blu-ray. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. And I'm going to go ahead and say, let's go ahead and pick this piece up. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase it for 200 music bucks. And if I go back to the directory, you'll see that 200 was deducted from my balance. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and close. And as I could see, I have the Blu-ray in D minor. I could also play it from here. Good. And I'm going to also bring up the little keyboard display, which will help for the identification of keys as well. You might have noticed that the student has the ability to play hands separately. And we can do just the right hand part as well. So I'm going to click on this one. Users also have the ability to work in sections. So if I wanted to click from here and then say just play to the end, we could take a look at, yeah, everything is configured, and I would just play the right hand. Now, of course, a report will be brought up as well. We're going to take a look at maybe some of the additional features that are corresponding to the status reports. I'm going to go ahead and reset the music. We'll ignore the repeats for now, but the repeat feature is a nice thing to have as well. So let's go ahead and we'll try out the music then, and I'm going to see some of the reporting features. So now I'm almost playing and we're all done. So I just finished performing this piece. Of course I have a new high score, which congratulates. We can look at the different track, basically how the music is performed and the different results of note value held. You can see what the overall score is. The total score I have is actually an 84. It's also reflected through a linear graph that I have here, and I also have the date and the score that's presented. I could also check my other scores as well. Additional useful information is provided. If I wanted to hear my performance, I could hit this playback button. I could stop that. If I choose, I could save this file and be able to send it to somebody through email. It'll save as standard MIDI file. It could also be played back on QuickTime 7, which supports MIDI as well. And it'd be wonderful if maybe a later version of QuickTime could support MIDI playback features sometime in the future as well, or to be able to support maybe the codec that goes with the MIDI feature. In any case, we have all these wonderful features that are provided to the user, and it's a quick demonstration about how a person could purchase an actual copy of music through MusicInteract. More music could become available as we have more publishers getting on board, and of course MusicInteract, Trouble Software apparently will also publish a lot of materials that will be available to users. We have a selection of over 200 pieces of music available with varying levels of difficulty. And this is pretty much how the product works. An excellent resource for learning and to be able to play the piano, and with all the assistance available in the process of learning.